course, the focus is mainly on renewable energy. What are we doing about renewable energy? How much of our total energy is renewable, and what are we doing to move towards that place where we are using more renewable energy? And SDG number 8, I won't talk about much now, we'll talk about it a bit more later, jobs, the economy, and the previous speaker has also spoken a little bit about this, but I'll come back to it. Number 9, innovation, infrastructure, industrialization. What does our manufacturing look like? I don't know whether we have any manufacturers in here, but what does it look like within your places, within your spaces? How many of those manufacturers are small-scale industries? Are the SMEs being given space to operate in that sector? But also issues of innovation, research and development towards innovation. Issues of, when we talk about infrastructure, even transport infrastructure, what are our roads looking like? Where are they? Are they accessible to the people who need to use them? Things like freight, cargo, and all of these sorts of things, which I don't know whether we have anyone here from the Ministry of Transport, but you can also be found within the indicators to do with that. Number 10, to do with inequalities, rising inequality globally at the moment. What do we need to be doing? Issues of incomes, issues as well. Migration, we've been talking about migration here. There's an indicator there to do with our migration policies. And so it was quite good to hear about the migration policy. Here, it's found there in SDG number 10. Number 11, when you look out the window wherever you live, what does it look like? Sustainable cities. Do you like what you see? Or are you seeing mounting piles of rubbish? Are you seeing buildings coming up on wetlands? Are you seeing informal settlements coming up next to somewhere where they should not, maybe a tourist facility? We have the tourism council here. And so what are our cities looking like? But also, do people have a say in that town planning and in that city planning? How really are our cities, the leaders there, how are they doing this, and how inclusive is that process? Number 12, responsible consumption and production, the natural resources that we have. How are we managing them? Are we wasting them? And I'm seeing people here looking at their phones. Please remember it was heartfelt, that request, please stay with me. How are we really managing our resources, or are we wasting? Even consumption at home, how much food do you throw away? How many of these things can we recycle? So issues of recycling are also found in SDG number 12. Number 13, policies around climate action. We spoke about this before. The COP has just concluded recently, so a lot of what they were talking about there would come under SDG number 13. Number 14, life below water. Some believe as a landlocked country, this has got nothing to do with us, but it very much has everything to do with us because we do have water bodies. When you think about Chibera, those who live in Harare, it's scary sometimes when you look and you see what's happening there. But how are we managing those water bodies? Manufacturers, I keep coming back to you, are you polluting those water bodies? But even communities, are they polluting them? Do they have options? If they're coming to bath in there, that means there's a problem somewhere else, maybe in SDG number 6. In terms of the water sanitation and hygiene facilities, so we really need to look to see how it is that we're bringing all the SDGs together. Even fishing, issues of fishing and overfishing, they're there under SDG number 14. We are here where there's a lazy over here. Are small-scale farmers able to also access those waters in order to build their livelihoods, or are they being crowded out by the bigger businesses? 15, life on land, when we think about our mountains, when we think about our natural resources, our biodiversity, issues of poaching even, again the tourism, I don't see you now. These issues that are very important to the tourism sector. Peace and justice, those exciting issues of accountability, of corruption, of illicit financial flows. What does it look like in our country, and what do we need to be doing? And of course, number 17 is for partnership around the world. All of us coming together, everybody playing their role. And under number 17, actually, are issues of domestic taxation. So it's good we have the employers here. Are you paying your taxes, or do you have two sets of books, one for Zimra and the other one for, Going on to Agenda 2063 at the continental level.